Let's go across to the LTI Mindtree management. It's one of the top losers in F&O trade.
Are you sensing a bit of a change in tide for the space at large, wherein conversations with clients, use of AI no longer a taboo, but more a woven-in thing within IT service companies as well, etc., is leading to maybe leaders like you being a lot more confident than what you may have been in Jan 2025?
Firstly, thank you, Neeraj. Great to be here back again. Yes, I think the conversations are getting, if I may use the phrase, greener. It is getting material on AI. I don't think all customers are at the pilot phase. There are some serious discussions happening on both formats of AI in terms of how do we infuse AI into the existing scope of work we do for them. That's pretty evident when we talk about productivity or when we talk about vendor consolidation and all that. So in my view, in the long term, it's an upside for us. And then second is the second format of AI is AI native solutions, right? So which is built around how do you reimagine the business process, how do you remodel the business process to achieve the new productivity paradigm. That's exponential opportunity that exists over there. So there are serious conversations happening on both the formats of AI for us.
Okay, so that's AI. And in general, if this greener environment, could it mean that while you expect Q4 numbers to look strong as per what you said on the con call, I presume, that the same may hold true for the next 12 months or FY27, if I can extend that timeline to maybe 15 months?
Look, I would actually say that, if we, there's no reason why we can't continue this growth momentum. We've delivered it over the last 3 quarters successfully. Every quarter I come back and people ask me the same question, and we deliver that again in the next quarter. So we'll continue to do that, right? To give a long horizon in 15 months, sounds a bit theoretical. But what I can say is that with the transformation and strong execution that we are doing within LTI Mindtree, I'm fairly confident of continuing our growth momentum. And I've said this, at the beginning of this year, and we're on that path, and we have delivered to what we said.
Okay, I'm going to borrow a couple of lines from notes which I have written on your company post the numbers, right? One of the notes says that LTI's key verticals and top clients continue to face growth pressures, and while the management continues to aspire for double-digit growth, order inflow remain flat. What would you respond to that?
Yeah, look, I think the order inflow has been consistent for the quarter. That is good enough for us to reach the required growth plan that we have for the last quarter of this year. But as we go into the next year, absolutely, yes, we need to increase our order intake. And, the pipeline, increasing our pipeline is our focus, and we're seeing a good traction. And it is sort of, in some way, it is linked to, the productivity journey of, 1 or 2 clients, which will end by the end of Q4. That will all get translated into the additional pipeline, and it'll get translated into additional booking as we go into the next year Q1 onwards for the next year. So in short, the order booking has been consistent, has been steady, and that has helped us to achieve 2% plus quarter-on-quarter growth over the last 3 quarters. And as we go into the FY27, look, we always want to do better. So there's always a bigger aspiration to, increase the order book and so on. So that goes without saying.
Yeah, so I presume that would also mean that BFSI, because growth will pick up post Q4, because I believe one of your clients which is going through that change is a BFSI client. But the other line that I read in one of the notes is that we still expect LTI to clock in faster FY26 revenue growth than its peers, along with margin expansion. Now, I hear you say that some of the things that will lead growth will probably happen post Q4. You cited optimism for Q4. Could it be better than what the street believes? Are you being a bit conservative, whereas the actual delivery could be a bit better?
Look, I think, I think in Q4, I don't know where this conservatism came in my commentary. I've been very clear, saying that, we want to come very close to the near double-digit growth. That's what we said at the beginning of probably at the end of Q2, that sometime in the second half we will be nearer to the double-digit growth. This quarter we delivered, in Q3 we delivered 6.1% year-on-year growth. So, coming very close to the double digit is within the reaching distance, and that's the plan we're working on. So that can't be seen as conservative. That's being very ambitious, and that's what we're working towards it. And at the same time, we're working on a 5-year strategy, which we will unveil at the end of March, which will take us into a much more ambitious growth trajectory over the next few years. And I'll be able to share more details, once we are done with all that work by mid or third week of March. But in short, for Q4, I'm still optimistic about it, to continue the growth momentum that we have today. So.
All right, so that was the management of LTI Mindtree with regards to where the company's outlook looks like.